Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Oh, I see comments coming through already. Welcome, guys. If you're new to this show, this is called the Luxury Live Show, and it's me and my partner, Kat L. Every single week, we alternate between channels. So this week is my channel. Next week's going to be on hers. And today's topic, super exciting. It's kind of a follow-up from last episode. By the way, you guys can catch up on all the episodes. Just click on that playlist link that I put in the description box, and you'll see all the episodes from me and Kat. So this will be a follow-up of last week's last week's live show. And today we're going to talk about our updated wish list. Isn't it amazing, guys? By the way, while you guys are joining in, let us know where you're watching from, and also what's something on your wish list that you're dying to get or that you're dying to save up for. All right, let me share my screen and let's get the show started. Does it look good, Kat?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, great. Right, by the way, guys, if you're new to this show, if you have any questions for us, usually we do this portion where we show you a little kind of slideshow, and then we do live Q&A at the end. So for the live Q&A portion, remember to put a bunch of question marks in front of your question to really help us see what it is all about. So I'm going to let Kat start it with her list. Let's go, Kat.
Okay, so this was the slide that we did last week, and we ended with, what is our full list and of course reality. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot of things on my wish list. This is like my forever wish list, like everything I want. So you can see the ticks. I did pretty well. I got my niece BB, I've got a ready to wear, I got my Valise, my No Way. What's that? My Lock Me BB. I even got like a pair of shoes and the OK. So that is something that I still have quite a few things to go, but yeah, that will take a lot of time.
You did really well.
My wallet wasn't happy.
Oh, right.
Okay, so updated. I actually still do want to get or repurchase my Alma BB, and I'm really into monogram. However, it could change because I just got my Petite Noe, which has the full bottom. Was it like the vaquera bottom?
Yeah.
Oh man, it is. I haven't actually brought it out because it's been raining here in Singapore like nonstop. Even right now, even though it's sunny, the clouds are like half black. So I haven't had a chance to bring it out. So I feel like even though I love the Alma BB with the vaquera bottom, it's not that practical, but it's still love. It's still love. Okay. Then the Speedy Nano. My gosh, if I see another unboxing of the Speedy Nano, I'm calling my essay. I'm gonna get it, mommy. I definitely want it. I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely influenced by the hundreds and thousands of videos online. Okay, totally. And then some of the stuff down there. Okay, I do want another LV perfume. So I have one already, and I actually quite enjoy it. And I feel like the California Dream, the other thing that's attracting me is the bottle. It's so pretty. Like it's got the colors that I just love it. So yeah, thinking about it. I do need a scarf. So I used to have a Dior scarf. I lost it. Such a horrible thing. I lost my scarf. Yeah, so I do want to get a scarf, and I'm thinking LV, but I put in maybe Burberry because, Burberry makes good stuff, right? So just a scarf, and I was picking it for LV. Do want to get another t-shirt from LV. And this is something that I talked about in one of my older live streams. I'm really interested to get one of those coffee table books from LV. It's all about my other background, which I have a table. It's still on my mind. So yeah, those are my LV wishlist items.
I feel like for the scarves, I would suggest Burberry, but yeah, I guess between my Burberry and my LV one, I favor my Burberry a bit more just because it snags less easily. It still snags if you really had your ring in it, but it's less sensitive.
Yeah, I know. I had a Burberry one as well. Like my first luxury scarf from Burberry was the summer version, which I think you have the same one, like the thinner.
I have two.
The lighter version. Oh, you've got two. Yeah. And I lost both my scarves.
Oh no.
I lost that Burberry one when I traveled to Japan. I left it on the counter at the restaurant, and I was like, oh my gosh. Then I
Oh
I
man.
started to use my Dior one, and I left it in the airplane. So
Oh no. That sucks because it's not
I
like
know.
at home where you can find it.
I know, but it's okay. It's all right. It's just a sign that maybe I need something else.
True.
Okay, Chanel. So I had it in my original wish list, the 19, and I had like so many bags, but I feel like I want to just focus, and I'm updating my wish list to be a bit more practical for now, and I want my Gabrielle bag. I've been talking about it for years since I sold my bag, so I think it's time. And in the middle is this walk. So I was talking to Amy the other day, right? It was saying like 3 is a charm. So I have 2 walks already. I have the trendy CC and the original old walk Peyton Green. And I always complain about my walks. But this mini walk is something different. It's like I'm always, actually, you know what? I want to say this, that I'm always on the lookout for a walk. Not because I feel like it's a great bag, but there is something about it that I feel it has potential. It's small enough to put some stuff, but the original walks are just a little bit too slim. But this mini walk seems to be, it seems to have potential. So it's on my wish list, but I will only really put it in my wish list like 100. This is like 99%, 100% when I see it in store.
It's so impressive after learning about the thickness of this walk through you guys and watching videos afterwards, finding out that it's actually quite thick. It's nice. Yeah.
It seems to be much more functional, because my main problem with the walk is if you wanted to put thicker stuff, that's it. Like you can't, and it's just annoying. So yeah, so let's see. It's sold out anywhere anyway. The ring. So this is something that I do want to get in the future. After I got my Coco Crush ring, which is the gold medium size, I think this is called small, but to me it's like the medium, and this is like the small, but they call it the mini. I wanted to stack with my Coco ring, because I feel like one thinner version and white gold, so nice. So yeah, 3 nice. Chanel things. Okay, and then obviously my JUC, my Birkin, and this pair of shoes. So I have converted myself into an Oran sandal wearer. I do love the gold pair that I got. The only complaint that I have about this shoe is that it's slippery. So my mistake was when I got my gold pair, I didn't go and bring it to resole, like to get some anti-slip sole. So even though I've been using it since I got it on my birthday, I still feel like I'm slipping and sliding on the shoe. It's very slippery. So I will resole it. But if I do get this white pair, because they are so beautiful, like they make your feet just look so nice, first thing before I wear it out, I'm going to get it sold. Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm being influenced.
I'm converted. This is all Clara and Amy's fault. It's your fault. This cardigan is, oh my gosh, like wow. I've always loved the BALMAIN jackets, but here it's not practical for me. Like I don't have a work lifestyle that needs to be
warm for you.
Yeah, and it's too warm. I think it's wool.
It's wool. Yeah, it's 100% wool.
Even I'm wearing this. This is my workout, because I'm going to the gym after the live stream. This is my workout, and girl, I'm sweating.
Yeah. So this cardigan would be perfect for you because it's easy to remove. You can layer. You can wear a tank top underneath. So it'll be perfect for you. I can't wait for you to get it too.
I can't wait to get it. It's been my size 30. I think I'm 36. You're 36, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 36 would be the one I would get. And oh man, it's sold out. It's sold out. So all your fault. Oh, Clara's here. So Clara's your fault.
Girl, you need it.
Okay, so we did say that we will prioritize like which one we want to pick up first. So I really feel like these are the key ones that I want. I want my Gabrielle. I want a perfume, and I feel like it's mainly the bottle. So I was talking to Clara yesterday. I said that, what do you think about LV perfumes? I think it's also because maybe I'm not going out so much. So the bags are like, my other bags are just like, maybe not. But at least at home, I can spray a bit of perfume and smell really good. Smell myself. I do want a scarf because it's been raining a lot here. And sometimes when I go out, or if I were to go to the movies the other day, I find that I'm missing a scarf. Like I don't have something that I can use, just some, not too thick, not too thin. And yeah, well, 3B, which is the cardigan, could easily become number 1 if it comes back in stock. So yeah, that is my updated wish list. I shrunk it a little bit because I went crazy this year.
Actually, I love the order that you put it in because, yeah, I mean, these 3 are basically whichever one becomes available at the moment that you're there, that's what you're going to get, right? It doesn't have to be exactly 1 for the bag, 2 for the perfume. It's kind of like whichever one comes up, right? I think mine
3B could be 1.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Thank you so much, Kat. Let me share. So this is where we left off on my wish list. On the left side was everything that I kind of had put on my wish list from January till now, and the stuff that's checked off. And well, you can see it on the right side. Those are the things I ended up with, and the things in the star are the extras. So I think I did pretty well. I'm actually really happy of the outcome. But let's just revise it just because why not? So from Louis Vuitton, I still really like the Alma BB. Similar to Kat, Alma BB is just one of those bags where you had it and then you didn't have it. It's fine, but it's just one of those classics that you can never deny. And I don't think it hurts to add it back. It's still a bag that's so well priced. And yeah, it's just beautiful. So I re-added it back in my list. I would love to get the Palm Springs mini back as well. I didn't have anything against this bag. I just didn't have it anymore because of the defect. So LV took it back. And ever since then, haven't been able to find a good replacement. Everything was just not too well made lately. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind getting it back if miraculously it came back in, and then I get a really nice, aligned, properly made one. The last 2 items, those nano bags, those are the ones that, especially the Sac Plat, we were kind of talking bad about this bag for a while, while kind of just describing the north-south issue. Well, I have a new light with this bag now because I'm kind of really attracted to getting a phone holder type of bag. And when I look at the Sac Plat, it gives me the idea that it could be my phone bag, but in monogram style. So how amazing is that now that I realize that it's not going to be like a bag. It still is, but it's more just for your phone and for a couple more things. And I feel like the flexibility of the canvas will allow you to definitely fit a hand sanitizer, because that's one of the main things for now, especially. And then the Nano Speedy is one of those bags that I had tried it on before. I even had it at one point, and I just decided it was too small at the time. But I feel like, especially 2020, is all about really downsizing and taking the minimum, because I don't want to touch anything in general. I think we all don't really want to touch anything in general. So what do you really need? Yeah. Nothing. You just need your phone, your keys, your card holder, and a sanitizer, and that you're out the door, right? So it's back in my wish list. Plus, it's super cute, and everyone is literally every week there's an unboxing of the Nano bag.
The more you see, it's like, oh, it's kind of good. It's kind of good, and then you see what they fit in it, and you're like, yeah, I kind of like it now.
Yeah, especially because I'm pretty sure I tried it. The very first time I tried it was in 2013 or 14. That's when the nano bags were only They were under 900 for the Speedy. I'm
Wow.
positive it was under 900, and now it's like almost 1400. It's insane how much it went up. But they're popular for a reason. So if you're not gonna get it now, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to get. So we'll see. We'll see what comes up. Okay, so for Chanel, I still would love a classic flap. Not gonna lie, it's a bag that I always say that I don't mind not having, which is true. It still is true, but I'll add it back in my wish list. It's nothing. It's not like a super high priority, but I'll just have it in my list, especially because I love it in the gray caviar. I just think that it's stunning. I don't even mind either hardware actually. And then I talked about phone cases. So this is just one of the pictures that I found on their site. I think right now, every single luxury house has their own version of a phone case. And of course, Chanel is no exception. And I actually really like the looks of the Chanel ones because I love that it has the flap and the turn lock. The flap and the turn lock and the chain, the signature Chanel chain. I mean, I'm dead. It's just like, how can you resist that? Like, I know every other brand has one, but I just, look at the Chanel one and you're like, okay, no, I'm still going to go back to Chanel probably. So we'll see. Of course, costume jewelry, that's a no-brainer. Whenever I see anything like of the season that I like, I'll probably just get it. And that's something that I did not really talk about, a little black tweed jacket from Chanel.
Yes, you need one.
Yes, just similar to how you want to add a cardigan from Balmain, because cardigan for you is perfect for your weather and it's so easy to just fold it and put it in your bag. While for me, I live in North America and it gets cold like at least 3/4 times of the year. So for me, a jacket and any sort of blazer is always a good idea. So why not get the one?
The one.
The one. So I'm on the lookout. Whatever. I already told my essay that, whenever you see one that's nice, it's a black, looks like a good, nice classic one, just let me know and I'll come in and try it. So it's on my wish list.
Oh.
Even just these two, I mean, just the left and the right thing, those are pretty pricey. So it's a good list already, I feel. Okay, moving on to Hermes. Of course, it doesn't stop there, right? Obviously, the Birkin 25, we've talked about it. It's still on my wish list. This one is more like whenever it happens, it happens. And then in terms of accessories, like if I were to really just walk into an Hermes store today, and of course they won't offer me the bag on the first visit, right? So I would be totally open to getting some leather accessories, especially because I love the look of their bracelets. I feel like their leather bracelets are better sized. They have more sizes. They go down small enough, whereas I think the cuff ones, the metal cuff ones, they tend to be a bit big and inflexible. So I feel like a leather bracelet is a good place to start, especially the Kelly one is really nice. The Collier de Chien 24mm looks really nice. And then I wouldn't mind a Kelly belt as well. I think the Kelly belt is one of those really classic looking. You don't quite know what the brand is if you don't know it. And you literally could cinch in anything, a jacket, a skirt, a sweater, like just anything. Plus this one looks like it's a little bit more adjustable, which is nice. And I kind of removed the shoes from my list originally, but then I saw Kat's list and I'm like, wait, I do want those Oran looking sandals too. These are the Oasis with the 5cm heel. So I'm like, I'll add it back because I really do like them. I always add stuff and remove them, but I always change my mind back and forth. And yeah, I'll add it back. But the thing is, we are heading into fall, so whether I get it now or not is not really a big deal. But it's in the list. It's in the list. Okay, in terms of ready to wear, I'm a big fan of self-portrait in general. So these two pieces are from their recent the fall winter runway. Love, love, love the little dress on the left. It has those
Wow.
rhinestone straps, and it's a really nice bow detail. It's just really, really cute. Obviously, we are heading into fall, so whether I have to absolutely get it right away or not, I'm not too sure. But it's on the list, and especially because self-portrait the designer tends to come up with something new and then they repeat it for several seasons. So I'm hoping that they will, if I can't get this specific one. Now, the blazer dress on the right, though, that one, I really want it. It's so beautiful. I love that it has lace detail on the bottom. I love that the color is the nice satin fabric. So there's a little bit of contrast, but overall the shape is still really classic with a little bit of, you know, the belt detail and everything. So nice. Definitely am super interested in that one since we're also heading into fall. And finally, I have to add something that I'm influenced by. I really did not have to add this, especially because there's already enough in the list.
I know who is this. I know who influenced you.
Yes,
it's Gina.
Gina. She also made a really good video recently. But anyway, on her live with us, she showed her stack. And when I saw the beautiful, tiny little charm, the sweet Alhambra on her wrist, and how she got it for each of her child, oh man, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And plus, I love daintier bracelets. I mean, I love bracelets in general. I just can't wear a lot of them because a lot of them don't really fit my daintier wrist. So this daintier version of an everyday piece just really appeals to me. And I love the fact that this one is just rose gold all over. So don't have to worry about taking a shower with it or whatever. It's just so pretty.
Yeah. If I were to get something from VCA, it will definitely be this kind of like solid, just gold. Because yeah, if you have like the mother of pearl, any of the stones, there is a bit of extra care. So at least this you can wear all the time. And I actually really like this one. This is like the one that has the detailing in the flower. It's so nice.
Yes, agreed. And it's actually, you know, it's a good place to start if you want to get into fine jewelry. It's not the most, it's one of their most affordable piece, I think. And on the wrist, it will look so pretty no matter what. It'll be shiny because you're always moving your hands, right? So this is the conclusion, the revised list, so to speak. And for me, like I said earlier, any piece could be, like the order of the top three could really be, just depends on when they just happen to be available or whatnot. But I would love, love, love to get one of those phone holder, small, tiny bags. So whichever comes up first, I would love to get a Chanel one. So we shall see. And plus the sac blas is like never available anyway. Oh, love, love, love the blazer dress from Self Portrait. And then finally, you know, the Hermes bag and the Chanel jacket, those you just don't know when it'll appear and when it'll be available or when it will be offered to me for the bag. So yeah, those are the top three from my list, and wish me luck.
It's a good list. It's a good list. You know, it'll be funny. Like, let's say if we look at this slide again in say 6 months.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, that didn't happen.
or if everything happened, you'd be like, oh girl, what did you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are our updated wish list items. By the way, I'm very curious, the audience, you guys, can you let us know what are some of your wish list items, or if you've revised it, what is the most burning one that you want to add to your collection? And also, we're gonna be starting the live Q&A portion. Make sure that you start your question with a bunch of question marks because we're on a different platform, so it really helps us see it. By the way, we already have a couple of questions, so I'm just gonna get started. Those are just from the comment section after the live stream has been replayed. So someone asks, well, Hello Love 88 asks, have you ever had any of your luxury items stolen or close to being stolen? Do you ever feel uneasy carrying luxury, sometimes whether it is a bag or jewelry, etc.? Good question.
Good
no
question, right?
You want to go ahead first, Kat?
Okay, I can go first. I have never had anything stolen or close to being stolen, so touch wood.
I know.
But I do feel I do have this like a paranoia of people wanting to take my things, and it's you know, I love my country. I love Malaysia, but it can be a little unsafe, you know, to be carrying too much luxury things around, because you know, petty theft is something that is you can't avoid. And you know, we in the country, maybe a few years ago, there was a bout of snatch thieves. So they'll be riding on a motorbike and you'll be carrying your bag and then they'll snatch you. And there were so many cases of, you know, ladies being dragged along with their handbags and falling into drains and dying. And I just,
Oh my gosh, really?
yeah, it was really bad. So I mean, there was a bout of about 6-7 years ago. There was quite a lot of cases, and you know, it's kind of calmed down, I think. But yeah, it happens. So I do feel that when I am in a place where I know I will be walking a lot, I tend to be extra careful, or I just don't carry or wear my luxury things. I would rather just carry my, I don't know, this like black tote that is so inconspicuous, and you know, just be extra. Like my alert is like on. I'm like, okay, who's next to me? Who's beside me? You know, I'm not saying that the country is unsafe, but it's just that there are these cases more often than when I'm in Singapore. So when I'm in Singapore, I actually feel really safe. I just don't know why. I guess it's also there are a lot of cameras everywhere. Big Brother, Singapore Big Brother is always looking at you, and it's just I feel like here you can carry your stuff everywhere. So I would say it depends on the location, and yeah, I have a different mindset on where I am. And I think when I'm traveling too, I don't like to carry my luxury things. What about you?
I totally agree. So I felt really safe when I came to Singapore as well. So for me in Canada in general, it's very safe as well. But even within each city, I'm sure if you live especially in big cities, there's always going to be areas that are a little bit more unsafe. So in Vancouver, unfortunately, it's the Chinatown and Gastown area. That's where a lot of the homeless, as well as the uh, a lot of the drug-related issues, people who are drug addicted, kind of hang out there. So so for me, it depends where I go. So that's why I don't always carry my luxury bags. In general, I feel safe, but also I think it's a personality thing. I'm just a very protective person to begin with. That's just part of my own personality. I'm also the eldest in my family, so I kind of have this bigger sister, like mothering figure type of thing almost. So in a way, I'm just always thinking about those things anyway, like depending on where I go, or even depending on how clean the location of where I'm going that day, I will just carry a different bag. So unfortunately, I've never had anything stolen so far, but you know, those things can always happen, and it's not always because of how not careful you are. It's sometimes it just happens, right? So hopefully, knock on wood, that doesn't happen to us. And do I feel uneasy carrying? Yeah, I do, because of these scenarios that I think about in my head, and especially during traveling too. I think hard on how to style my outfits, so I think which bag to bring that will go with most outfits. But at the same time, I always also bring an extra nylon bag, like something that is, it's a nylon bag. Like, nobody will, you won't be as big of a target, even if, if we're unlucky enough to be a target, but at least you won't be as much of a target if you're just carrying a nylon bag. So for example, when I was in Europe, so each day is different. Sometimes when we did excursions in areas that are very touristy and they are known to be, people who kind of tackle and target people on like pickpocketing, on those days I just bring my nylon bag and I just leave my nicer bag in the safe at the hotel. So it's kind of, you just have to judge for yourself. Just
and
make
be super aware, like have your antennas like on.
Sorry, what?
No, I mean, like, you just have to be super aware.
Yes. Totally, yes. Oh, well, yeah. What do you guys think? I'm sure, it makes sense, right? What we said, basically just always think ahead a little bit. You can't be completely unaware, I think. You always don't know what's going to happen, right? So don't assume the worst, but also just be kind of mentally be present and just be self-aware as well.
But you know,
okay, so another question that comes
my Singaporean, my Singaporean friends, like viewers here, please don't hate me for saying this. but I, when I first came to Singapore, okay, when I first came here many years ago, I feel like because it's so safe in Singapore, sometimes safety is taken for granted here. So you tend to be less, I want to say, I don't use these words, but you know, like complacent about your safety. Okay, so in Malaysia, like, just to give you an example, not really luxury stuff, but in general, like if you're having dinner outside, like those food stalls, maybe, I don't know if you have food stalls outside, like food places. And a lot of us in Malaysia, we never, okay, put our handphone on the table while we're eating. Because when you're eating and you're talking with your friends, somebody will come up to your table and they will take your phone. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, so it's very natural for us to always hold our phone or put in our pocket, put our handbags in front of us, things like that. We always. But when I came to Singapore, I was shocked because I saw people using their handphone to block seats. You know, when you're going for you you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't even do that here, actually.
Not restaurant, like those food courts that are very busy, and you see a seat there, you're like, okay, I'll block the seat, you know, so that it's like, chop, you know, it's mine. So instead of putting like the most you know, people that don't want your things, you put your nylon bag there. No, I've seen people put their handphones to block the seats. And I was
well, people are so honest in Singapore then. Wow.
Yeah,
I don't even do that here. I would put a jacket down. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, you put your, no, but even in Malaysia, you don't even put your backpack there because you people will, you know, it's just that you don't know your seat's going to be like for how long, right? So you put your umbrella or, you know, things like whatever, like stolen is stolen. I've got slippers stolen in Malaysia before, okay? It's just like so crazy. But yeah, I've seen handphones, I've seen handbags, I've seen wallets.
Wow, wallets.
But, you know,
that's just asking for it.
You know, it's super safe in Singapore. It's just that it makes the person, the person who lives here really long, your antenna is a little bit off, you know, because you would never put your important things. So anyway, that's just me being like, whoa, this is a different world. This is a very safe place. Singapore, you're really,
so
really
interesting.
safe.
So different, huh? So different anywhere you are in the world. But yeah, Singapore is definitely, I felt super safe when I was there, for sure. I can attest to that. Okay, so I had a question from Christina, who's asking, if you were to buy, which hardware would you go for investment? Again, we're talking like, I guess investment in terms of like maybe long-term, not monetary value, because we don't believe in that. So would you buy in gold hardware or in silver hardware for your Chanel for your Chanel flap? You want to go ahead first?
I think I would go, if I really just bought it for investments, meaning I'm buying it to keep and maybe resell in the future, I think I would go with gold. Just because without really understanding the market, but I just feel that the gold seems to have a seems to be more preferred by more people than silver, right? So I just think that if I were to buy a bag, like let's say a classic flap, black caviar, I would just buy it in the black gold, the classic version. And yeah, that would be more of an investment than silver. Not to say that silver is not nice or not that people don't like it, but between the two, if I had to pick, it would be gold.
That's actually a super good point that you brought up when you said investment in terms of reselling in the future. The way I looked at it, however, is for me, because we can't treat handbags as investments, for me, the way I look at investment when we add anything fashion related is more in terms of how much use I get out of it and everything. So you should really just go for the hardware that just flatters your skin tone the most. Or if both of them do flatter you, then go with the one that you prefer more. Because if you're going to end up wearing a silver bag more, then maybe silver is the answer for you. But if you don't mind either hardware, some people really love gold. I'm one of those people who I really don't mind whether it's silver or gold. They both work for me. So I would just go for whichever one I feel more pretty, like the whole combination. And even with gold, there's the lighter gold, and then there's the vintage gold. Obviously now with Chanel classic flaps that are sold now are mostly, well, all of them I think are in the lighter gold anyway. So yeah, that's how I look at it. And at the end of the day, I don't really, for me personally, I don't really care which hardware. But yeah, so that was the question. Let's go back to our chat. So let me just go all the way up so you guys just start chatting. Hello,
yes, so don't forget to put
everyone.
a bunch of question marks and ask. I saw a few questions come in already. I see Shanna saying, what, block seats with a handphone, wallet, and handbag? No way. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you. I mean, it's getting less, but in the early days of Singapore, when many years, like 7, 8 years ago, I was like, I'm grabbing your phone. Obviously, I didn't. I'm just saying.
Totally. Yeah, that is very, very shocking to hear. Congratulations, Bhakti Varma, if I pronounced it properly. Love the Gabrielle. By the way, someone asked me to show my Gabrielle with a strap on my DM. So let me just I'm gonna put the next question.
One screen. Put me away.
Sure. Okay. For 1 second. So someone asked me to let me just remove the question so that you guys can see. So someone asked me to show that I don't know if I tied it the right way or whatever, but this is just one of the pearl straps that I bought from eBay. I can try to find it and see if I can still link it down below, but last time I checked, I think they kind of sold out. But yeah, this is how it looks like. I'm not sure I like it personally. Or maybe I feel like the vibe is different, or maybe it's just because the way I tied it is not it's not that good. But yeah, this is how it looks like. I don't know if the vibe goes with the Gabrielle that much. So that's just what I think.
I don't know too.
Yeah, it's just because the Gabrielle is too edgy and cool, and the strap is way too it's too feminine in a way. So I don't really know if it works.
It might look good. The pearl strap might look good with your jumbo.
Jumbo? Oh, I can try that. But even the jumbo, because of the size, oh yeah, I can try that. I don't know. I can try. But usually, you know, I kind of bought it because at first I was thinking, oh, maybe it can go on my tweed bag and I can make it as a little short handle. But I think the size of the pearls are too big. It just doesn't really work. And at the end of the day, I still prefer the bag the way it is in general. But I just, for fun, like $5, I just tried it and it didn't work out. Okay, Carolina, is the shoulder strap on the Chanel Mini Walk not too long?
Oh, yeah. So I saw some videos. They did say that the Chanel Mini Walk, the strap length is also a little bit shorter. So to me, they have fixed some of the issues that the walk, not issues, okay, just for me, they are issues One is that it's no longer a button closure. It's now magnetic. Number two, it's slightly fatter. So like more space. And number three is that it has a slightly shorter strap, because the Walk on its own, the original one, I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'4". So I find that I can only wear it like crossbody, and it's still a little bit too long. I have to like what everybody does, you know, like tie a little bit inside. Which is not the I don't like to modify my bags too much, so I find that was a bit inconvenient. So yeah, they shorten it as well. So man, I don't really so yes, Carolina is a little bit shorter.
I saw modeling shots too, even side by side. I'm sure you saw that video too. I think in general the regular walk is about 23 to 24 inch drop, which is quite long. But the mini version looks like it's a couple inches shorter, and the bag is smaller too. So overall, the length looks better on someone, I guess, shorter, like shorter to average height, not the tall girls.
not the models. We're not the models.
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen the new one with the pearl handle? It's gorgeous. I'd get it in a second if it fits my phone. Oh, I haven't seen that. So this new mini walk, so far the reviews that I've seen, it at least fits my iPhone 11, and it's the regular size. It doesn't fit the bigger versions, the max versions.
The max, yeah.
Well, you could put it in, but you will jut out at the side. So yeah, but I haven't seen the one with the pearl handle. Maybe I shouldn't. Dangerous.
This is in response to your perfume.
I have to go and smell it.
Okay, so Clara is asking for the walk. Are you worried that the phone will not fit lengthwise?
It fits. It fits this phone. And even if phones are getting longer, I'm never changing this phone for at least 5 years. I'm not a tech junkie, so I don't change my phones very often. I would keep one phone for 3, if I can push it to 5 years. If they still do the software upgrade, I'm still going strong. My iPhone 5, okay, my iPhone 5S, I was using it until last year. So yeah.
Wow, you're good.
Yeah, I know, but I had to give it up. You know why? Because all the apps no longer supported the old operating OS for that phone, because that iPhone 5, I think I stopped updating the software, the operating system. I can't remember, maybe at 8 or 9. I just couldn't take it anymore. So all the apps, all the WhatsApp and all the other YouTube, they just didn't support that phone anymore. I said, okay lah, it's time to go.
Yeah, it is time, Kat. Plus, it's not as secure when it's too old.
I know. So okay, fine. I made my money's worth it. Okay, iPhone 5 for the longest time, and I love the size. I love the size. It's like just nice for all my handbags. But yeah.
And also, I think it does stretch the gussets out, but as long as you're okay with it, because that's based on the videos that I saw. As long as you don't mind that. So Rihanna is saying, I want the Alma BB and monogram, but do you think the full vachetta bottom is a deal breaker? Most people go for the damier band. I don't know if it's a deal breaker. It just depends on how much you love it. And I think the fact that you're asking this question, maybe, just maybe, you're not quite ready for a full bottom vachetta. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Because it's a commitment. You're committed to many things. Getting it dirty, you're fine. Getting it wet, you're fine. You're like, okay, that's it. Because I think even if you're really, really the most careful person, having a full vachetta bottom is challenging. It needs extra care. But it's beautiful. It's cute.
Yeah, and it could be both ways, right? Like sometimes I feel like when you have enough of the other bags, then why not try something that it's a little bit more of outside your comfort zone, but wear it on special occasions or wear it on, or not, or don't even just do that. Like sometimes you just like the way I did it is that for my first monogram bag, I kind of mentally prepared and told myself that whatever happens, happens. I get poured on, I get whatever on. It will just be my guinea pig, or it will be the bag that I use because I want to use it. I just want to, use it as much as I can. So if you're mentally prepared for that and you're okay with that, because of that mindset shift, you're going to be ready for it also. But if you're still wondering, oh, is it worth it or not, then maybe you're not quite there, or maybe you haven't made up your mind to do that. Yeah. And just like Carolina is saying also, I follow that IG person. She does wear her monogram Alma BB really well. Do you follow her, Kat?
I'll follow her. No, I don't follow her, but I will. Mrs. That mountain, okay?
Yeah, she's she rocks her pictures, and she has her monogram stuff. She also uses I think she uses her thicker monogram strap on top of that when she styles it. So it's really, really pretty.
It's fine.
Okay.
So we haven't finished that. Let me just say one more thing about the vaquera. We talked about it in one of our live streams. One of our live streams, we said I said that, I think on social media we fear monger. We are fear mongering vaquera. Like, honestly, it's because you know about vaquera, about the extra care and water and everything. You fear it, but it's such a beautiful way to do the leather. Like when I got, obviously, how to say, like, we should have enough information to enjoy the bag, that not too much that you start to fear the bag, right? So for example, like when I got my first Speedy, I had no idea, okay, like totally no idea that I needed to pre-patina my bag a little bit, just get it a little coated and then start using it. I literally saw my Speedy 25. I was like, wow, sparkling white. I grabbed it with my dirty, sticky hands and I just went on with my merry way. And over time, it just got its patina. But obviously now it's been like almost 18 years. It's very, very, very dirty. But I had no fear of vaquera, and I actually enjoyed the bag. Now, if I had a little bit of extra information, maybe my vaquera wouldn't be black like now. But I think if I had so much information, I might not even have bought the bag. And I actually love the bag. So yeah, I just feel like sometimes we fear monger. We're like fear mongering for vaquera.
Yeah, totally. I think we are in a day and age with information overload, and then we scare ourselves. It's really not that bad, honestly. And like I said also, if you also just made up your mind that whatever happens, happens, you're just going to really enjoy it, whatever, obviously you can still be careful, whatever happens, happens. But sometimes no matter how careful you are, accidents do still happen. So, and when that happens, if your mind is already in that mindset that you're okay with it, that, you're really just going to enjoy your bag, you're not going to be as upset about it, right?
Yeah.
Or just don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Mini Lux. Do you know how much the new walk, I'm guessing it's the mini walk, right, costs? Is it more than the normal walk?
Oh, okay.
In Germany.
I don't know the overseas price, but I know the price in Singapore is $3,210. And I know that because I messaged my SA. I'm like, can I see this mini walk? I've already asked her. So yeah, it should be around the same price.
No, that's lower than the regular walk. The regular walk now has gone up to, I think, well, actually, I don't even know anymore, just because the ones that I see on their website, it's all kind of like, the Chanel 19 version, or maybe like a seasonal version. So those are a little bit more expensive. But I think the mini walk is cheaper because I think it's cheaper by a few few hundred US dollars. So it,
Oh,
yeah, you might want to ask your I think the regular walk is at least 3,500 plus tax. So it's closer to
the 4.
higher 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Michelle, thoughts on the Chanel medium filigree vanity case? Been thinking about the beige and the black, or the black. Sending love from NYC.
Wow, NYC.
Filigree vanity case. Do you like it? Do you love it? Your bag is kind of similar to the filigree.
My Balasat BB is, yeah, it's that kind of like lunchbox luggage thing. I think it's cute. But honestly, the first time I saw it, like before this, like many years ago, I didn't get it. Like I didn't, because it's so square, and I just thought it would be fussy to open and close. But it's the bag that kind of grew on me. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's a different shape. It's unique. And I think the popular one is the beige and black tone, and even the black is really popular. Yeah, it's nice. I have a few like Instagram friends who have it, and it's more user friendly than we think. So you would think that, you know, he's got to open the whole thing and, you know, take things out, but actually it's not that bad. So, but no, I don't know. I didn't try it. The bag that I have, my Valisat BB, the zip is a little fussy, so you have to open both to get into the bag. So I don't know if they have the same issue with the Chanel filigree vanity case. But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I haven't really, I think I've only tried it in a way, in a sense that I only held it because when I met my friend Chenny, she had the vanity, I think she has the, either the small or the, I think the small size, not the mini size. And at the time, on that same day, I was wearing my Gabrielle, the black one that you just saw, and between the two, and even she agrees, she's like, "Oh, I love your Gabrielle," because it's so much easier to get in and out of it. So for her, she always has to keep the top zip open.
Yes.
So it's fine while you're using it, but yeah, if you want to always if you want your bag to always look neat, you always have to close it back. So that's just an extra step. But yeah, it's really cute. I have to agree. It's really cute. Okay, so Shanna, how do you find your personal shopper? Does personal shoppers have a cap on their extra charges? I know willing seller and willing buyer, but they have.
What's the
But
range?
do they have to? Oh, if yes, what is the range? Okay, so I'll answer whether they have a cap on the extra charge first. So I have two personal shoppers, friends that I one that I used and one that I became friends with, like we chat and we talk about bags basically. Do they have a cap? I think they have their personal fees and they don't change it. So whatever that fee for them is, which is normally a percentage, that's what they work with. And so the cap is more like on the premium items. So sometimes when items are really, really hard to find and there is a huge market out there, they can charge a premium. So that can be a lot more than their regular fees. So far, the personal shopper that I've worked with and that I've bought from, she normally charges 10% on top of the retail price. So that's the fee part. And then you have to, pay for shipping. You have to pay for maybe fees associated with the payment. So if it's a credit card, you have to pay. She passes on that credit card fee on you. Or if it's
shipping.
Yeah, shipping and what? Yeah, because my personal shoppers, they are from the United States, so they use Zelle or they use Cash App, and those are free. But the thing is, I'm not from the United States, so I can't use those payment plan. Like I can't use those payment mediums. So I do have to use a credit card. So I get invoice and I pay by credit card, and that's why I have to pay the credit card fee as well. So yeah, how do you find them? I just followed them for a while and then I just started you know, asking about items. You kind of just get to know them through just chat. It's a little, is it risky? It's, you use a judgment call in a way. It's kind of like if I didn't know Kat and then I met her on YouTube, and if I started chatting with her and then I get to know her, it's kind of like that kind of, that's how I got to know my personal shoppers. Obviously, Kat, I know her from YouTube and I met her in person, so that's different. But you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of just through social media in a way. That's how I found my personal shoppers. And then I also know of other people who bought from them. So when you hear good feedback, you kind of just trust them a little bit more. But yeah, always do your due diligence. And yeah, it's best to maybe ask your friends who they've shopped with and start from there, you know, get a few names. That would be the best route. But yeah, there's really no range, I think. Okay, Roshana, I'm planning on getting the 40 Montaigne in gray ultra matte. You mean 30? 30 Montaigne. The Dior bag?
You moved the Dior shop a couple, 10 shops down. The address.
The address.
Teasing you.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Do you have any thoughts on the ultra matte line?
I like it. I love the look. It's very, how do you say it? It's quite modern and it's different. It's like wow, when you look at it, it's like wow, very sleek. However, I always got a however. This is the Dior essay, right? Did tell me that you do need to care for it. So scratches, like deep scratches, it's more obvious. And they never had peeling on the ultra matte hardware, but scratches are much more obvious. So that's the only thing they told me. But it's nice.
Because it's tone on tone? That one,
I think
right?
so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I guess the coating, that paint on the hardware is where we don't know.
Yeah. It might be more obvious when you see something, like when you scrape it, because it's matte, and maybe the scratches just look more obvious than if it was shiny hardware.
But we always say as well, if it makes your heart sing and if you completely love it, you cannot stop thinking about it, then it's meant to be. Then always go with your gut. Too much information overload, like we said earlier, is also very bad.
Don't listen to all of us all the time.
Yeah, we should take our own advices also. Okay, Clara, Amy, the classic Chanel crop jacket this season is really good. If it's still available, grab and run. Oh, I wish, Clara. You know, I already asked my essay when we were talking about that, if it's the same jacket that you showed me. It was already sold out. Yeah. Plus, actually, this crop one, I was surprised that it's actually higher priced than normal. If I remember correctly, she said it was it 13 or 14,000 plus tax? Is like, I'm like,
material?
what?
Is it the material? It's got silk or cashmere or something? I mean, it has to be, right?
And it's Chanel. And it's like nice. It looks like a yeah, I agree. It's a really nice classic looking one, which probably is why. Most currently, so I think this is from the 20A collection, the one that the crop one, but the current one from 20K has the scallop edge. That one I also really love, except that I want my first one to just be the straight cut, you know, just the most classic shape possible, not the scallop, even though I love the scallop look, but maybe as a second jacket, you know?
A second.
Yeah, I know already. But you see where I'm coming from. Like, I don't want to buy a seasonal looking one as a first one. Oh, wait, why is it the same question? I think you repeated yourself. All right, let me go.
Oh, I see Gina is here. Gina.
Oh, hi.
Gina, if you came in a little late, you influenced Amy on a bracelet, so you gotta rewatch the beginning.
Yes. Oh, your bracelet stack is so, so nice. Okay, Christina is asking, what do you think of the Hermès roulis? I remember you talked about it in your video. So I had a, the Hermès video, wish list video. Will you settle for the roulis or will you save up for the Constance? Oh, that is such a great question. Okay. I love the roulis because it's just one of the it's basically the crossbody another crossbody flap version of an Hermes bag. And a lot of people talk about either that one or the Constance, but obviously the Constance is the more main one, like the more like the top three. Would I settle for it? If I really wanted the Constance, I wouldn't settle for the roulis just because, yeah. How do you settle for something like if you wanted a Birkin? Well, are you gonna really settle for Saint Laurent Sac du Jour? No, I know we're not talking about the same thing, but yeah, eyes on the prize. So I wouldn't settle for it if I really really wanted the Constance. What do you think, Kat?
Agree. So if because the Constance is a look, right? With the big H and the front. So you either like it or you don't like it. Like some people just say, it's too much. And they'll say, then it's not really, then the word is not settle. It's just that they just don't like the look. They'll go for the roulis. Is that how you pronounce it? Roulis?
A roulis. So
okay.
yeah, the way I see it also is if I already had a pretty big collection and I really didn't care whether it was a Constance or a roulis, then I would get it. Because the roulis is also a very nice bag. And the way it closes makes it that it's a little bit more user-friendly and it also fits more, right?
Yeah.
But I did talk about it, but it was a fun video to make because, it's kind of my exploratory video where I, just kind of dream big, but dream big in a way that, you just fantasizing a little bit, which is why I talked about it because it is a silhouette that I thought was really, really nice. Okay, Shanna.
Yeah. Well, I've blocked the using their phones. No way here. Because Shanna is also from Malaysia. Yeah, no way. Not a question. Yeah, carrying a luxury bags. I see where I go and traveling is also. Yeah, I guess most of us would, to a certain extent. But yeah, I feel like some habits, you just forget about it. I can't. If I could do it again, if you could do it again, would you have bought the Cartier Love bracelet or the Hermes CDC bracelet?
Oh, did you have a CDC? No, you didn't, right?
I didn't have a CDC bracelet. I had the click clack.
Right.
Click H bracelets. If I could do it again, I would still go for their Love bracelet. And if I had to choose, just say choose between these two, it will still be the Love bracelet. The CDC to me is like a fashion jewelry. So I would prefer to go for fine jewelry. Yeah.
I was second that. Basically, they're so different. They're two different categories of items. Cartier is really much, you get it for life. You wear every single day. And the CDC is more like, it looks cool. So you wear on the days that you are, dressed more edgy and or you just want a statement, something to show. That's how I look at it too. Completely agree. Clara, Chanel is giving out those chain shorteners. Again, if you buy a walk. Oh, so make sure you do ask for one. Clara, also I've found out, or at least I think that's what I hear, that those chain shorteners, they only give them out in Asia. Or as far as I know, only in Hong Kong. I don't even know if it's everywhere in Asia because I've asked about
shorter.
What?
Because we're shorter?
I think so. Because it doesn't, like, they don't, I showed that to my essays here. And I think everybody at least in North America, they always have to buy it from someone in Asia. So we don't actually get them here, but I know they exist.
Oh, okay. Well, when I go and see my Chanel mini walk, when it comes in stock again, I will ask for the chain shot. I feel a little bit, I'm pleased, but a little bit insulted.
I think that's their answer to like the Asian market. I don't know. Or maybe it's just, yeah, because there's more shorter people in Asia than in anywhere else, right? There's still tall people in Asia, but just there's a lot more shorter people as well. Mini Lux for me. I think the Nano Speedy is very cute, but because the strap is not detachable, I would prefer the Sakpla. Yeah, that's a good point. But it's a different silhouette though.
True. Is the
Sakpla
detachable, the strap?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It is. Which I agree, if that's the only thing that influences you. I feel like the Speedy Nano is so cute. Like the it's too cute. Whereas the Sakpla is kind of, I'm buying it for the functionality type of thing. And it's open, so it's so easy to get in and out of, right? And for sure, getting a Max phone in that is way easier than getting it into your Nano Speedy, especially when your Nano Speedy is full of things. You really constantly have to rearrange it. So yeah, it depends if you're going for functionality or for looks. That's how I look at it too. Oh. Are you able to refill your current perfumes yet? I heard they're giving out new bottles for the price of the refill. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. So I watched there was this YouTuber, her name is, she's like she was a former employee of LV. Her channel's a heated mess. Yeah, a heated mess.
Yeah.
So she was sharing that in the United States, some of the shops, if you bring your old bottle, they will sell you a new bottle at the price of the refill because they're not doing refills at the moment. So for me, I take forever to finish my perfume bottles. I have not been able to refill it, but I think I will ask when I go and see my essay. I will ask if they are doing this here in Asia. Yeah, I don't know. I find it so hard to finish perfume bottles, but yeah, if you use it every single day, I think you will. So
I don't wear perfume, so I wouldn't be able to help. So I'm not sure about this question. Would you know, Kat? Do you think Kelly 25s are offered to VIP clients primarily? I told my essay I wanted the 25, possibly 28, but she said that 25 is too small and tried to sway me towards 28.
Oh, I've never heard of this. Yeah, I've never heard of this.
I wonder if anybody, maybe our Almez calculator, Maria, would know.
Is Maria here? Yeah, Maria
here.
Do you know, Maria? Do you know that it's only offered to VIP customers? I don't know. I don't think they can. Well, it is a very hot item.
The size. Yeah. Like, freaking 25, I'm sure. Why would they offer it to a new client if they already had, like,
all the other clients to please? So.
Oh, well. Yeah. It would be hard to know for sure. The Alma BB has 4 legs, should help with wear and tear. True.
True.
Especially for with the Vaquera one. But with the Vaquera, it's also just, you know, unforeseen weather, or maybe you're drinking something and it spilled, or someone else was drinking something and spilled on you, like those type of scenarios. I know personally speaking, or even I'm sure as, you know, you guys wearing your own bags, you are generally, you know, careful. You mind where you put it and stuff like that. So sometimes it's not so much what you do, is also what other people do, or the kind of accidents that you cannot foresee. Okay. What made you start your luxury bag collection, and what was your first luxury bag? From Maria.
Wow. What made me start my luxury bag collection? I don't know. I need to think. You can go first.
For me, it's just in a way it's influence as well, but from people I don't know, because like I mentioned in was it my video last week's video, I said that when I moved to Vancouver, that's when I started noticing that there's a lot of people that carried Coach bags and LV bags and Chanel bags. It's like the very first time where my eyes were so like, what? Like, I've never seen that before, because where I used to live back in Eastern Canada, it was more muted, and the fashion was more about styling different things together, not necessarily brand names. In fact, very rarely did I really see anybody with an LV bag. And even if I did, it's like, okay, like you don't see it all the time, right? So it's just like you saw it once and that's it. Whereas when I moved here, and I moved here when I was 20, well, actually I moved here when I was 29, but I visited the city for the first time, I think a few years before that. So when I first came here for a visit, and I'm like in downtown, I'm like looking around like, what? Like all these bags that I never used to see. So it's really by influence in a way. It's like made me want them, because not only do they look nice, but I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe it's something that I can get too. Like I don't always have to stick to just like the leather bags from nowhere, like just, you know, boutique brands. So that's kind of how it influenced me, just from just looking around. And then my first luxury bag is my, not counting Coach, I don't really count that as, I would count that more as contemporary. So my first luxury bag would be the Alma PM in the purple, it's like a purplish color. It's called Cassis. So that's,
do you still have it?
No, I sold it. Did I sell it this year or last year? I either sold it last year, but like end of year. No, it was last year, because I sold it to a lovely subby, and her father bought it for her as a Christmas gift.
Oh wow, so sweet.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think we're quite similar. Like I don't have people directly around me, like not my mom, not my aunties that have luxury bags. So my influence is definitely external. Plus, I came from a year where magazines were still something we buy. We buy magazines.
Yeah.
We buy, you know, go to the bookstore, you look at all these fashion magazines, and you're like flipping through in Malaysia, it's Clio magazine, female magazine. And yeah, that is the influence that I got. Like, wow, this is a nice looking bag. And then seeing people carry it, probably Coach was one of the first few that I'm like, wow, Coach. And I still remember seeing one lady carrying the Speedy 30 at a store, and I was like, I like that bag. I like that bag. I had no idea whether it was like the classic LV bag. I didn't know, nothing. Just that I like that bag. And then, yeah, then I got my first Speedy 25. But yeah, I think it's external influence that made me start a luxury bag collection. But in terms of like when I loved bags, I've always loved bags. I always dig my mom's bag. I'm like, I look at my mom's bag. I'm like, I want to see what's in your bag. Like a child, like, what's in your bag?
Yeah, exactly. I've also always loved just dressing up. I'm very girly. I'm the only one in my family because I don't have any female siblings. And then my mom's not, and not, I don't want to say that she's not feminine, but she's just doesn't really care so much. She always wears the same things. So she wasn't my main influence, just as myself. I've always been like that. And then you're right. The reason why I bought the Alma is because at the time, the friend that I met here, she just bought an Alma, and it was the blue EP leather. She got it in France. She was telling us about how much cheaper you can get in Europe. And I was just mesmerized by that bag. It was so pretty. It's one of those colors that was seasonal as well. It was like a lighter color blue. Okay, Alu was asking, I have a Chanel vanity case in medium and LV vanity PM. They're not as fussy as people claimed. Nice.
That's good. It's true. It's if you are just like, I want like a big bucket bag where it's a hole and that's like 100% very convenient. This one just is, the word inconvenient, it's not really, it's just that you just got the extra thing to do. But honestly, it's not a big deal. All right, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, just don't expect it to be your most like errand bag. Basically.
Yeah, don't expect it to be like a tote. Where you dump everything inside.
Totally. Okay, I have a GST in beige, caviar, brand new, never used. I'm always nervous to take it out because of the light color. Do you have any suggestions on how to protect the bag from color transfer? Ooh. I wonder if you're maybe best equipped at this. Since you have experience with the light beige color bag.
No, actually I have experience of it getting color transfer, and then I sold the bag because I feared it.
No, but you bought some products to clean it. And
yes. So I have a few. Okay, so a good brand is Colonial. I think it's quite popular. It's made in, I believe it's made in Germany. And they have a whole range of leather care items. So they have the clean and care. They have the one that is like a gel formula to waterproof your bag as well. Now, even though they're really good products, and I do use them on some of my bags, very rarely, you still need to test it on a small spot of the bag, because every bag is made differently, how the leather is dyed. So sometimes the chemical could be too strong. It might be good for, for example, this Oroton tote. I could put the clean and care Colonial on it, and I could wipe it, and nothing gets transferred out, right? This leather, this dye is it's done very well. But if I were to use the same clean and care Colonial on my Chanel bag, lambskin, it can't. It's too delicate. So there are products out there to take care of it, like to protect your bag. But personally, I would bring it to a professional. Like a lot of bag spas nowadays, they do offer services to not say weatherproof, like waterproof your bag, and also give it a bit of a coating. And yeah, that would be my suggestions. Sometimes DIY on expensive things is a little bit risky.
True. And also the best way to protect is prevention. Also, or maybe it's just not a bag that you can wear on a regular basis anyway. If you're really that worried, it would be an occasional bag. It would be on days that you're wearing a beige coat, or I don't know, white pants or white jeans. Like it would be on those days, probably, most likely. Or take our suggestion earlier, treat it as your whatever happens. Like it has to be either that, or you just have to wear it seldomly, basically only on days that you're dressed lightly. Because otherwise you might run into color transfer, and it's quite easy to do if you're wearing a wool coat, like a black wool coat, or even just jeans. Just the fact that it's your body temperature, just moisture in the air, like the thing happens, and next thing you know, it's all over the bag. So yeah, it's really just either preventing from happening by only wearing on certain days, or you just treat it as a bag that you wear, and no matter what happens, still be careful, but no matter what happens, it is what it is type of scenario. And then clean it. But yeah. Okay, Luxy Chic. Which LV holiday animation piece will you buy this year, if any?
None.
Me neither.
Okay, actually, I do have one that my essay asked me. He said that, do you want to order? Actually, you can't even order it, right? This year, apparently, it's like pre-order or wish list. Like I can't remember how they said it. Like you can't order it, but you can have it on your wish list. So anyway, I told him that I wanted to see the coin pouch. Yeah, so that's the only one. Yeah, I think it's the same. Bumper car. I think it's a bumper car coin purse. So,
Nice,
but
nice, nice.
expensive though. It's pricey.
Yeah, those limited editions, that's where they get you because they're cute. Okay, regarding personal shoppers, I've inquired with some, and others usually charge a standard $100 finder's fee, and others a certain percentage. You're right. I have had asked, not work with and don't really know them personally, but I have had asked some other personal shoppers too, and they do charge a standard fee. However, because at the time I was inquiring about an item that wasn't too expensive, like it was just a pair of earrings. And so it was the minimum standard fee. But then once you move on to the more expensive items, such as a bag, then they could charge you the higher standard fee as well. So it also depends on the item too. But really good information. I forgot to mention that. Okay, what do you think of the LV Speedy BB? I don't see it a lot on reviews. There's actually one review out now. But yeah, there isn't a lot of reviews. There's one review out there. What do you think of it, Kat? I know you loved it. We talked about it.
Yeah, is it the one which is the lambskin?
Yes.
This the lambskin? Oh, it's nice.
And the strap is the weave, like the leather and the chain one. Like the nice strap, the nice new LV strap that's on the Vanity PM, the same strap.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it's got the detachable strap. It's slightly smaller. So I think BB maybe it's a 20.
I think it's 20. Yeah.
I think it's a 20. Nice. It's cute. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would ever add another Speedy in my collection other than the Nano. Yeah, I don't think so. But if I did, it would be definitely one of the smaller ones. And with that detachable strap. I love that strap. They came out with the Vanity PM first, like a year ago. That's like really nice.
Agree. I love it too. But as much as I love it, because I love it because of the new silhouette, new as in like the size, and the fact that they put a really nice strap on it, and they tried something different, which is lambskin, embossed lambskin leather. So I love all these details. But would I get it personally? No, because I don't need it. Yeah, I know it's a smaller size, which is a great size. If I didn't already have, say, my Speedy 25, then maybe I will consider it. But since I'm really more after like the nano size things now, and yeah, it's like I really like it, but I don't know if I'm liking it enough to get it yet. That's where I am at.
Oh, how is my patina coming along? Oh, hang on, I'll go grab it. Okay.
I don't think it would have changed that much anyway, because it has. Oh, you know what? It's much warmer where you are. It's true. Because where I live, I literally leave it out and like exposed to the air without the dust bag for months and months, and it hardly changes. So the weather and the where your climate is so different. It's true.
But I don't know if it will show up on the camera.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it would show up. It still looks like stark white on the camera, but it's you can kind of see it's a little darker. It's like stark white, but it's kind of like the actual color is like this. I hope it's showing up. But anyway, it's definitely got a bit of a light suntan. It's like on a if you're stark white, like fair, and then you go onto the beach for maybe 3 hours with a little bit of sunblock, and then you be red, and then the next day you're like, oh, I've got a bit of a tan. That's how it is for the bag. Hard to see.
Nice.
A little bit. I think I need to give it another month, and then I'm ready to take it out. Though I do want to take it out, but it's been raining. I don't know. Yeah, I cannot really see. Yeah, it doesn't really look on the camera, but yeah, it's got a little bit. It takes really
it would definitely patina a lot faster because it's so much warmer where you are. It's true. Maria, who's in Sydney, got offered the chain shortener. that's good to know that they have it in Sydney, in Australia as well. I think because Australia, their market is more, you know how North America, it's like we are more with, we're more like Canada and USA is more like whatever we get, it's usually from the USA, which is why we get a lot of made in USA bags. Whereas in Asia, as well as Australia, you get the European bags, you get the made in France, the made in Italy bags. Whereas I think that's why maybe even Hawaii, they get the
European.
I think they get some they get European, some they get US, I think. But Hawaii has more of the Asian influence too. I think because of their market is a lot of tourists, and I think that's why they also get like a different, maybe they get a different inventories as well. I feel like that's probably why.
Yeah. Most of the bags that we get is made in France, like made in France. Somebody asked me, is my petite Noe made in France? I said, yeah. It doesn't really occur to me that it could be made in Spain or made in the States. So most of them are. Some SLGs that we get here are made in Spain. So we get made in Spain and made in France.
Yeah, so here the majority is made in USA. So when you get made in anything else, it's like a surprise.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm bag happy says, I absolutely love the Speedy BB in black leather over the Nano Speedy, but it's so much more expensive. Yep.
Yeah, lambskin.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. And it's interesting because it's the first time that LV does well, bags in lambskin that are, it's like the whole bag. And it's a different one because it's like the embossed one too, right? This is hello, Love 88. Does your husband know which bag to grab and save in case there's a fire? I know there are more important things to save, but for the fun of this channel. Yeah, totally. No, of course not.
I don't think he will not. I think he will grab the wrong bag and he will get a earful from me.
Actually, I wouldn't even think that he would even grab bags unless it's a specific, like, go grab my bags. They would probably like just grab their ID or I don't know, the passport. I don't know, whatever. Maybe our wedding rings since they're like stacked together. But I don't think they would go for the bags necessarily. Hopefully he would know because all my Chanel bags are in one place. Oh. So you can't go wrong. But no, I don't think they think about it at all. Maybe I should tell him, like, hey, make sure you grab all my Chanel bags. Things happen. Oh, just kidding. Okay, Meaning for Voice. Hi, Kat. Will you buy the small or normal Juste un Clou? The small version is now with diamonds available. Ooh, yeah. So
normal. I'll go for the normal Juste un Clou. The diamond version, it's nice, but it's significantly more expensive. And I already have a diamond Juste un Clou ring. Like the small, my Juste un Clou ring has diamonds on it. So yeah, I already have that, but it's really nice. Like who has it? Isabel Style. She just revealed her her Juste un Clou small with diamonds. It is so nice. But no, for me it'll be normal.
Is it because you like that size more? Is it because you're stacking it?
Yeah, I like it because it just looks like chunky and it's so, I don't know what to say. It's like so in your face, but I kind of like the fact that it's so in your face. It's like boom.
More statement. Yeah.
More statement.
Yeah, the Juste un Clou, the style, like the design is so statement anyway. Yeah, make it big.
Yeah, go big
or go home. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I agree that the big one is really nice. So Cherie says, I splashed sanitizers on the smallest fachetta on my Mutsi pochette. The first time I wore it, you just need to embrace it and enjoy it. Exactly.
If you watch was it my vlog or live stream? The one that I talked about, the horror that my pochette went through, where I came back from Singapore to Malaysia. And when I reached the Malaysian airport, they had to line us all up because they wanted to sanitize our belongings. So our luggages were all lined up. My backpack was on the ground. And then there I was, like, you know, with my multi-push, my bag, not with this strap, but with the pink strap. And the guy was like, eh, itu letak pun. I said, that means he said in Malay, like, this bag, put it on the ground as well. I was like, what are you going to do to my bag? And the guy put it on the floor. The guy comes with this pesticide spray, hand sanitizer, like, my whole bag, well, not the whole bag, but like a part of it was drenched with the hand sanitizer, which is like, oh my god.
Oh, I did not know that.
A little bit, but not the vaqueta part, like this part here a little bit. And yeah, but I was lucky that none of the vaqueta sections got it. I got a little bit here. My backpack was drenched. My luggage was like wet. So everybody, when they said, okay, come and collect your bags, the bag that I ran forward was my multi-pochette. I'm like, ah!
But it's so true. Even if it's just like, especially if it's a small little tab, that's even more acceptable. But earlier when I said that, make it a, you know, just be okay with it. You have to really be okay with it. So the bag that I used as guinea pig was the pochette Mitsis. So it did have a little bit bigger of a vachetta. So it was a good size. It was not too much, but it was a great way for me to experience vachetta and to learn how to care for it, because I got poured on that one in Hong Kong. I got poured on twice, like poured. If you live in Hong Kong, you know how the storms, they come and they just like go crazy. And then, and before that, I did store it, but I didn't do the whole patina sun tanning thing because I didn't know it yet. Like Kat, I just bought it because I liked the look. And I stored it in the dust bag, and I just one day decided to take it out and use it. And I kind of just became aware of all the things that I'm aware of now because of that bag. So in a way, it was a good experience, and it's really not as bad as you think. It's really the accidents and the maybe the colored drinks or the colored things that really stain it, but not water, that makes it terrible, like dirt and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, it's really not as bad as you guys think either. Okay. For personal shoppers, taxes are different in every country. Do the personal shoppers tell you exactly what their fees or markup is, or do they just tell you the price? So good question. True, because it depends on where they source the items. They will usually, I think they usually just tell me the actual like final price. So I've never actually asked them what's the retail price. It's just something that it's out of courtesy I don't ask, because if you go for them and you ask that information, how do you think it will come across if you were the personal shopper yourself? It will come across as, are you just trying to get information from me and you're not really gonna, like, are you wasting my time, basically? So I don't really ask that question. I don't really ask how much the retail is or whatever. I would ask things like, oh, can you tell me about maybe the length of the earring? Or can you tell me about, would you be able to show me a picture of how it looks on the body? Like those questions I ask, because I need to at least have an idea of whether it will work for me, right? Those are the questions that I might ask. And then I ask for the price if I'm sure that I want to go ahead and do it. But you can still, even after you ask for the price, you can still say no, thank you, because it might be more than you're willing to pay. But at least have the courtesy to tell them no. Like, don't just leave them hanging either.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah. I guess so, when you approach a personal shopper, I mean, for us, right, you already know you are going to pay premium. And you sort of need to set your own limit on what you're willing to pay as a premium. Like, if you think, okay, this earring, I'm okay to pay up to 1,000 because I really like it. And if the personal shopper tells you 900, obviously you know it's going to be above retail. Just leave it. Don't ask them about the retail price. Just leave it because that's your ceiling. But if the personal shopper tells you it's 2,000, so even if they, yeah, it's just whatever. Then you know they're charging really high. So yeah, I feel like you need to know your own limit if you are looking to purchase it in another place than the retail store.
Exactly. And the reason why I don't ask them the retail price either is because I find out ahead of time anyway, either by asking my own essay, or if it's not available in my store, then there's so many resources. Ask anybody who has reviewed, well, either watch reviews, or if it's not available yet, a lot of times you can find it on Purse Forum, on the Facebooks. Like, there's so many other resources where you can find the retail price of things, not through the person that you're trying to get service from. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you cannot ask. I think there's also a nice way of asking. Like, maybe you can say, oh, I don't have access to a Chanel essay here locally, and I don't know anybody, and I really love these earrings. So I would love to know how much the retail is, just so that I have an idea of whether your budget allows it. Like, so, you can say something like that, like, so that you have an idea of how much that price was to begin with, and then you try to like mentally to tag on the fee in your head, or mentally how much more you're willing to pay. Maybe you can ask like that if you really had to, but in general, I just find out myself in advance. Great question though.
Yeah, good question. Oh,
Which one do you prefer?
Love regular bracelet or JUC? Oh, this is a tough one.
I think that's more for you.
Well, when I get my JUC, I'll let you know.
But if you don't know, which one would you?
Okay, if I didn't know, let's say. I think if I didn't know, I think I would go direct. I don't know. Okay, maybe in terms of the look, like just straight, like the look. And I think if I had to pick one, I might actually go for the JUC because it's so different.
I agree.
It's so different. It's like, it's this nail you're wearing a nail. And I just feel like it's statement, it's loud, it's fun, it's different, it's unique. So yeah, if I had to just pick one, I guess I would, we'll probably go with the JUC.
I totally agree. That's why I asked you also, which one would you pick if you didn't know? For me, based on looks alone, it's Juste un Clou. It's just so special. It's not that I don't like the love bracelet. Yeah, it just looks like a normal bangle. Like, if I didn't really know about it, I wouldn't be wowed by it. I'd be just like, oh, okay, it's just another gold bracelet. Yeah. Okay, Charisse, on the Chanel 19, which one do you prefer, lambskin or goat skin? The durability of goat. She likes the durability of goat, but for some reason it looks plasticky.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I have seen both. I have tried both. And I also feel like even though the Chanel 19 is a permanent style, I feel like every iteration is slightly different. Just like how caviar is, even though, say, caviar classic flaps are classics and they come back it's a permanent bag, right? They still differ slightly every time a new collection or a new batch comes out. So that's how I feel like how the Chanel 19 has been, because I rave about mine, and mine is in lambskin. I got it from the 20C collection, the Cruise 2020 collection. So it was around November, December last year. And that particular one that I got, I cannot help but rave about it all the time because it's smooth, it's soft, it's lambskin, it's shiny but not too shiny. It's kind of like everything is right, and it's puffy, it doesn't crease. Whereas I have seen some on Instagram, or I have seen some on Facebook that does look like they crease like in a manner that looks like a old bag. So I think I know where you're coming from, because it really just depends. I always say that, but it really just depends on the one that you're presented with in front of you. Sometimes there are collections, or there are batches that just don't look as great. No, doesn't matter if it's just the Chanel 19 or the classic or the Gabrielle. Like, there are just sometimes they just don't look as great. And I wouldn't base it as much on whether it's lambskin or goat skin. I would just go to the store, and whichever one they like ask for the bag and they show it to you. If that one looks good to you, get it. I don't know if I care so much about whether it's lambskin or goat skin as much. What's your experience? How's your experience been, Kat?
The goat skin, like the versions that I saw was, I think, the 20C, and the goat skin it didn't look plasticky, but compared to the lambskin, it did look a little, I don't use the word plasticky, like thicker. Oh,
yes, it's hardier.
It's hardier. It's like the skin. Skin is just it's got a little bit more, like, it's not even like rubbery. It's just got a bit more pull to it, which maybe is why people say goat skin is like, it's more hardy. It does have that additional like tougher feel, but it's not tough. Okay, so yeah, it's just between that. It didn't look plasticky, but of course, when I put it next to the lambskin version, then you're like, okay, you can see it. But from afar, like if you didn't put the lambskin next to it, actually it looks like lambskin. It has that soft buttery feel still. But like Amy said, I don't know if like the newer versions that have come out since then. So 20C was the first one, right? Then after that, 20 whatever, the newer versions, I don't know if it's changed because I haven't been able to see another goat skin since then.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't necessarily go for goat skin just because you hear goat skin is more durable. Look at it in person, try it in person, because I had no idea if I would have loved the Chanel 19, especially knowing that it was lambskin at the time. But the moment I saw my bag, I was instantly like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm about to buy a Chanel 19. Like I almost felt like at the time, I was hoping I didn't like it because I didn't want to spend money. Yeah. But I fell in love with it because it was so beautiful. So yeah, really just try it on. And if it happens to be a lambskin one, get it. If it's beautiful. If it happens to be a goat skin one, get it. That's how I went about it. From Maria, opinions on the Goyard. I'm seeing the price point value beyond the basic Saint Louis tote. Price increases also coming. Quality feedback from others. I know Gina has really good videos on her Goyard totes. So we don't have a Goyard store here. There's no Goyard in Canada actually, but I don't know why. Based on just general, review videos online, and I feel like there's too many issues with the straps cracking, and I don't mind that it's a linen, so it's a softer tote. But I don't know why when I see that and I see my LV Neverfulls, I'm like, nah, I just favor the Neverfull a bit more. I don't really care that it's the Goyard is more kind of like you don't really know it as much, or you don't see it as often. I personally don't care about that as much anyway, because I don't really wear my totes that often. So that's just my personal opinion though. Yeah, what do you think?
I don't have a Goyard. There is a store here, but I decided not to go for it because after watching so many reviews on YouTube, a lot of people say that it's a little thin. So there are issues of it puncturing, or like, you know, it's because it's really thin, right? And I have seen it in store. It does feel a little bit like, now I want to say this is like plasticky because it's just so thin, right? It's just, yeah. So I didn't go for Goyard. I actually bought a Foray La Page, another brand, which I picked because it was thicker, and I do enjoy that bag. I don't know, the Goyard was, yeah, it's just got so many. I can, like, again, too much information.
True. It's so true. It's probably the information that I keep seeing, like, more towards the negative side.
Yeah.
Like because the reviews, they are helpful, but you keep hearing, and that specific issue about the strap cracking, that may be something that I personally cannot accept. Because I don't mind the slouchy look. I don't mind that it's a thinner canvas. Sorry, it's a linen actually, but a cotton linen, I think. So I don't mind those things as much, but the fact that the straps do crack is something that I kind of mind more personally. I do love the look though. But yeah, that's just how I looked at it. I'm bag happy. I've told my husband a number of times that if we ever need money, I would sell my Chanel mini square in caviar, but I don't think he will grab that.
This is in the fire, right?
Yeah, it's so funny.
I'm gonna tell my husband to make sure he grabs the Birkin. And he better not grab the wrong bag.
True. Okay. Not sure if you girls answered already, but do you think Chanel increase is coming? Yes.
Yeah.
We did not answer it in this live stream. But yeah, Kat, you can go ahead. You can tell them.
Oh, yeah. We've been hearing rumors of price increases coming like September and then November. And yeah.
Okay, so Malu, hello, just joined, might have been asked, can you see if the 19 is becoming a classic? So it is a permanent style. I don't know if they will ever call it a classic though, because I think they reserve the word classic for their classic flaps, but it is a permanent style. So it will, similar to the Gabrielle, similar to the Boy, the Chanel 19 is a style that will, like, every single season they'll make a version of it. So it could be in their seasonal color, but they will always have black, right? They'll always have black, but like the other colors would be seasonal, but the style itself is permanent as far as we know. Ah, sorry, just jumped. By the way, today we're gonna be really on time because Kat has a class.
I'm teaching today. That's why I'm in my gym body pump beat the rep workout, because after this I'm running off. I've got a special usually I don't teach classes on Saturdays, but today I have a special class to teach, so we gotta I gotta like but we're still doing the live stream, of course. It's just that, you know, I'm in my workout gear.
Yeah, we're just not gonna extend beyond the 2-hour mark. Okay, Jojo, hi Jojo. Are you picking up the new Hermes lipsticks, which are due to release next week?
Yes. I know I shouldn't. I told myself I'm never buying another Hermes lipsticks anymore because they're so expensive. But this launch.
Are you gonna buy them online or are you gonna try in person?
Try and get them in person. Maybe actually they came out with 3 limited edition ones. So one color speaks to me, like I think it's in the picture, it's like the middle one. It's more like a neutral beigey mauve color, like an everyday color. And yeah, we'll try. But it's really, really hard to get, especially the limited edition ones. If I can get it.
And it would be a good opportunity for you to chat, be chatty with your essay. You work with one essay, right?
Yeah, in Singapore, there's one essay that I trying to like build a little bit of a relationship, a little bit challenging because I guess I don't go there often enough. Like you need to, you have to, I guess for me, like, or here, you have to actually make an effort to go, like just to browse around, chat out with them. But with everything that's happening, I don't go. But I will make it a point.
Okay, Kelly, I sold my Neverfull just a few weeks ago, but now I'm missing it. Oh, do I repurchase it? I want to say yes, but why did you sell it? That's it. That is my question. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, why did you sell it in the first place? So I think that's important, because if you sold it because maybe you've already moved on from the style, then repurchasing it would mean that you actually don't like the style. You just miss it from like a nostalgic. So yeah, you gotta find out why did you sell it in the first place.
Yeah, because I guess I wonder if your Neverfull was the because the older style without the extra pouch, that one, the zip pocket has a different lining. It has that more kind of plasticky lining. It's not like the fabric lining now. So I wonder if it's because of old age and wear and tear that you sold it. Because if that's the case, then, and you miss it, I would totally repurchase it, because it is a great bag and you can kind of never go wrong with a tote. Even though I don't wear a tote all the time, I have a use for a tote in my life. I do use it. I just don't use it every day. I just use it on errand days, on days that I go out shopping and I know that I can just throw everything in. So I would repurchase it in that case. But if you sold it because you were tired of the aesthetic, of the style, or you just kind of moved on from the style, maybe, then I would question, maybe you're just missing it because you have that how do you call it? Nostalgia.
Yeah, like nostalgia. You just miss it because you used to use it so much and now you don't have it. So you have to probably revisit why you sold it. Like, I've never been I'm not a tote person, like, for years and years and years. But now that I have a tote, I can understand why people love it. Like, it's like a Mary Poppins bag, but luxury. And everything you can put inside, everything and anything. But if your lifestyle doesn't need it anymore, then you won't need it, right? You won't. Maybe in the future when your lifestyle needs it again, then go for it. Because, you know, like we probably shifted from big bags to small bags to mini bags, now to nano bags. And sometimes you ask yourself, do you still need such a big bag? Depends.
Maybe not right now, as in not 2020, but you might need it in 2022. Who knows?
And then buy it in 2022, right?
Okay, Rio, if you two are ever coming to Osaka or Kyoto, please let me know. I'd love to take you to LV Cafe, new flagship store. We would love to go.
Yeah, we're all coming. We're all coming. 2020, 2021. Is it 2021 yet? Is it 2021 yet?
But it's only in 3 months. I think in 3 months we're not ready yet. It's not going to be post-COVID yet. But we would definitely love to meet you guys in person. I'm speaking as if I know your answer already, but I assume you do. But I mean, on Kat's behalf, I think if I were to travel to like these places like Japan, maybe not Hawaii, but like, because Hawaii we go every year, but like
Hong Kong, we're gonna visit Clara.
Yeah, or Hong Kong. Yeah, if we go to places where we like, I'm not gonna go all the time. Like, we go once in a few years, maybe. Definitely, you guys will know from our my social media. I'll probably tell like, oh, I'm going to Japan or whatever. Right?
Oh my gosh, I just see one message that came from MK. MK is here. No, Rio, they're coming to Paris first.
That's true. I've been seeing MK chatting with Maria, but yeah, hi MK. Yes. Also Paris as well. Of course.
Yeah.
Go to all these places.
We're gonna line up in front of Hermes. Try our luck.
Man, COVID has messed up so many plans, everyone's plans. Not
Terrible.
fair. We should all be traveling and having fun, but no. We have to stay home. But we all have to do our part so that it can be over sooner rather than later. Are you interested in Tiffany jewelry? I don't have any. I don't own any. Every time I bought Tiffany jewelry is for a friend. It is only as a gift. I actually don't own any Tiffany jewelry.
Oh, that's interesting. I have a few pieces. I have quite a few pieces. I started off with the standard like silver, and I got my first Tiffany bracelet when I was in America visiting my brother. That was like years and years ago. I think I was maybe still in my teenage years. It was like, oh, treasure. Then I have a few gold pieces. I have my heart locket. I've got the smile, the T smile necklace, which is also gold.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, yeah.
I hardly wear my jewelry just because of my gym, especially my necklaces. Like if it wasn't because of my gym today, you will see me like with more jewelry. But yeah, it will hit my mic as I jump. I have also the T bracelet.
You do?
Gold. I do.
Beautiful pieces. How come you never wear them?
Gym.
Well, I don't know if you wear them.
It's really because it's because of the gym. Like I don't mind wearing it to the gym, but I'm always afraid of removing it and then putting it in my bag and then forgetting, or maybe when I pull out a pair of shoes or something and it drops out, I'm like, oh. So I end up not wearing it. I have them. So maybe when I'm older and I stop gymming so much.
Okay, I think we have to do lightning rounds because you have to go on time, right? So let's try to get all those last questions in. Wasn't Chanel GSC part of their permanent collection? My essay told me a long time ago, but I think they were permanent before. I don't know when they started discontinuing it. And the thing is, that's what brands do, right? Even LV, they, I mean, forever, the Eva clutch and what other ones that they kind of discontinued? Favorite. Yeah, those things, we thought they were permanent, right? But they discontinued them. So it does happen. All right, trying to go fast. I've been on the fence with selling my black mini trapezia, but with the price increases, I feel like I should wait and get a better price. Sell now or wait for the hike? What do you think?
If you don't need the money now and not desperate to sell, just wait. I'd wait.
That's a good
But you know, price hikes doesn't necessarily mean you will get a better price. It just means that maybe, you know, people think that, oh, the retail price is higher, therefore you can, but it's still not guaranteed. So sell it when you are ready to sell. And if you are okay to wait, no problem. But doesn't necessarily mean like you will get more out from a price hike.
Exactly. Also, I don't know if the trapezio is a style that is in as much demand as, let's say, the classic mini flap. So you have to kind of judge that too. Make your best judgment call. But yeah, sell it when you're ready to sell. That's I just saw this comment. That's so funny. We'll go to both places. What do you guys think about Hermes Kelly Mini 2? It's so cute, but do you think it's worth the price considering that it's such a tiny bag?
I don't know the Kelly Mini 2. Let's take a look.
I think I know which one because there's a difference between the Kelly Mini 2, which is the new Kelly Mini. Is it the one that has the... I'm gonna get it confused. I'm gonna make mistakes here, but I totally agree that considering that the price is like these are at the Birkin and Kelly level prices, like the actual bag prices, right? A little less, but still, I would say that it's not worth it if it's. I don't want to say that because I don't know. Maybe you're just. Depending on which bag is your target bag, and if you're just thinking whether this one is going to be like your consolation price, then no, it's not worth it. Like if you could get this one before you get the actual Target bag, then it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's sort of like saying like this, my petite Noe, this whole bag is 1,000 was it 1,800 Singapore dollars? But the Nano, the Speedy Nano, the little cute thing, it's 1,006. So if you're looking from like a size perspective, yeah, you see like, oh my gosh, I would rather get the Birkin, which is like 30 compared to this Kelly Mini 2, which is probably just slightly cheaper. But if you like the look and you think you get a lot of use out of it, then go for it.
Yep. And then I think we'll go for one more question, because that is pretty much the end of our 2-hour window today. And Kat has to go. I sold my Neverfull because I wanted the garden party. What are your thoughts on the Neverfull versus garden party? They're so different. One is a little bit more professional looking, serious looking. And then the Neverfull is so... I don't want to say modern, but it kind of feels more modern to me, and also a more carefree, more young. I don't want to say that the garden party is old, but it is more serious, I feel. And it's not a true tote that you would put on your shoulder either, right? Kat, you had one before.
I was just gonna say that point that you said, like the Neverfull, the straps are long enough for you to hang on your shoulder, and you could just carry it like a tote. But the garden party, the handles are short. So unless you got like really small, like dainty shoulders, it's really almost impossible to get them here. And like the top of the bag would be right under your armpit. I could do it. It's just that it's not meant to be like that. Yeah, it's not comfortable. So it's definitely a handheld bag, like a Birkin. It's very different. It's beautiful, and I think it's definitely a very like classic bag from Hermes that's still in a reasonable price range, but they're really different. Yeah, they're really different.
Yeah. Oh, well, this would be our last question today. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Don't forget, next week is going to be on Kat's channel, so join us at the same time, same day on Kat's channel next week. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys again very soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.